Recently I was asked if I had any tricks for making your readers care. There are tricks to achieve just that, from Blake Snyder's Save the Cat to linguistic devices, all of which I'll address in an upcoming book. For now, I'll focus on the most fundamental aspect of emotional writing, and it is so incredibly simple you may have thought of it yourself. It begins and ends not with a world or the belief system we create, but with characters. Now, in fiction we build new worlds and create memorable characters from scratch. Many have pointed out that there may only be X number of storylines or X number of character types, but it is the job of the writer to make them unique and stand out. So you add outrageous character portraits like a politician who nearly chokes on a pretzel or a president caught up in a sex scandal, which, let's face it, are hardly unique by today's standards. And that, of course, is the problem. In a world that has seen it all and done it all, where do you go from here? The truth is, you always go back to basics, our base instincts. I'm not just talking about fight or flight, but our wants and needs. The things we care about most today are the same things they've always been. Shelter and food, safety, identity, and love. Threaten one of these and you have a plot. Threaten more than one and you have gold. So let's briefly discuss them one by one. Shelter and food are synonymous with money. One person will be capable of bad acts to get cash. Another will be capable of worse to protect his fortune. Say a man may find himself in a desperate position and willing to enter into a scintillating agreement with his rich boss. Or a woman may resort to all sorts of kick-assery to protect her crumbling business empire. I'm sure you can come up with plenty more scenarios. The need for safety is another primal instinct. We marry rich old men to secure our financial future, and we kill those that come at us with knives. The concept of safety is also linked to the concept of freedom. Freedom from imprisonment, from pain, from thought control. A slave is not focused on escaping torture alone, but on all-out freedom. Cult leavers, who'd been indoctrinated from birth, must adjust to a whole new set of experiences. Let's move on to the topic of identity. A person's identity is precious and yet vulnerable. A woman may enter witness protection, but what would happen if her old identity were to catch up with her? Identity is also about status. Being accused of a crime you didn't commit might involve more than just a threat to your freedom. Everything you are will be on trial for the world to see. Being accused of sexual offences could ruin your entire future. At the other end of the spectrum, what happens if your identity is lost? You wake up in hospital surrounded by family you've never met. From day one you feel something's off, but you can't quite put your finger on the problem. Between us, identity is one of my favourite areas to mess with because you never run out of scenarios. You constantly ask, what if, what if? Just try for yourself. And finally, love. Well, what can I say? Some characters believe in romance and search for their fated mates. Others have been betrayed and run from it. Mothers will commit unspeakable acts to keep their kids safe. And kids commit unspeakable acts to remind their uncaring parents of their existence. What happens when love is twisted into abuse or warped by overprotective parents? What if your love is illegal or considered immoral? These concepts of shelter and food, safety, identity and love contain within them millions of untold stories. Gimmicky premises may attract attention, but a plot centered on any of our essential needs and wants will keep it. Right, that's it. Did you learn anything new, or did I highlight points you kind of already knew but failed to realize the importance of? Maybe this was all yesterday's breakfast and you really need help with something else entirely. Whatever it is, I'd love to hear from you. Bye bye.